In this video, I'm going to show you why you should stop paying for clipping agencies and just run ads instead. Hey guys, my name is Dan and I've made $75 million for my clients, and a lot of my big clients, they get very drawn into clipping agencies because it's the new big thing. And some of my clients, we went out to find some of the biggest clipping agencies out there because we're scaling their business with paid ads. And then they said, okay, I want to scale with organic as well. And I was like, okay, sure. And they paid $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month for the top clipping agents. So this is not like $2,000 a month clipping agent. These are $10K a month clipping agencies, and it was a nightmare. And I'm going to share with you exactly what happened and what you should do instead. Well, the answer is just right here. But anyway, I'm going to dive into it. So we hired the best clipping agencies in the industry, $10,000 per month, 100 pages, hundreds of thousands of views, paid ads with the same budget, outperformed it for actual buyers every single time, and delivered a positive ROAS from week 1. 1,000 views times 100 pages, that's how they pitch you, right? Hey bro, imagine if you get 1,000 views per page or per video, and then imagine if we have 100 pages, then that would be, how many? That would be like what? 1,000, how much is that, guys? 100,000 views. 100,000 views. Imagine what that would do for your business. What they did not account for is that those views are worth $0. And that means even if you get 100,000 views, you get $0. 1,000 views times 100 pages times 0 is still 0. Okay, views are not bias, reach is not revenue. The clipping agency sells you a vanity metric dressed up as a growth strategy. All the clipping guys probably hate me, but too bad. I'm here to scale businesses. All right. So clipping agencies, what they say is 1,000 views times 100 pages, 100,000 views, 0% conversions, you get 0 bias. What you should do instead, $10,000 ad spend, $4 cost per lead, 2,500 targeted leads, 4% conversion, you get 100 buyers at $80 average order value, $8,000, and out of 100 buyers, 5 buy your high ticket, and that equals to $20,000. So that means your total revenue is $28,000, and which is a 2.8x ROAS, which is $28,000 from $10,000 spent. You just compare these two. Tell me which one is more worth it to spend money on. Now, are there more things involved with paid ads, like your offer and stuff? Of course, but those are actually things you can control and fix. Tell me something here you can control. Can't. Yeah, that's what I thought. So stage 1 is this clipping agency promise versus the reality. The clipping agency pitch sounds compelling. Take your long form content, cut it into short clips, distribute across 100 social media pages, and get 100,000 views per month for $2,000 or $10,000. It depends. Some clipping agencies are more premium than others. Massive reach, massive exposure. The problem is the fundamental assumption underneath it, that views equal bias. They do not. Views are attention from people who are already scrolling. Buyers are people who stopped, connected, and took action. Those are completely different humans. What you should do is measure every marketing channel by buyers generated, not views. So if you're doing organic marketing, it should always be how many buyers did you get per this amount of views. Okay? You should always look at the buyers, not the views. Ask any agency, how many buyers did your last client get from clips? So a lot of these guys, they very easily tell you, hey man, we generated 2.4 million views in 30 days for this guy TJR or breast scales, and yeah, we even got them 500 signups for their webinar. But they'll never tell you, I can't speak. They will never tell you how much that turned into sales, because a lot of those signups and views come from tier 3 countries like India, and you know those don't convert. You need to understand that reach without conversions is just noise. Judge traffic sources by cost per buyer and not cost per 1,000 impressions. So what you should not do is pay for views as proxy for growth, treating impressions, reach, or views as meaningful KPIs. Hiring a clipping agency before you have a converting offer. This is also a big one. Confusing brand awareness with lead generation. Now, stage 2, clipping only works if you're already viral. Clipping agencies work for Alex Hormozi, they work for Andrew Tate, they work for people who already have millions of followers and established authority in the market. When their clips go out, people already know who they are. The clip just extends the reach of existing trust. When you are building from zero or from 10K a month, cold strangers seeing a 60-second clip from someone they have never heard of will not buy. They do not know you, they do not trust you. The clip gives them no reason to. Okay? Build authority with your core audience before distributing clips. So unless you're a proven guy to go viral in your niche and in your brand, and your brand message is going viral, then it makes sense. Use clips to reinforce existing relationships. If clipping, ensure clips drive traffic to a converting funnel, not just views. So make sure you have a really good funnel that converts cold traffic into sales. If you want me to do it, the link is down below. Understand where you actually sit in terms of market authority right now. What you should not do is hiring a clipping agency without an established audience, expecting clips to build cold trust from scratch, comparing your clipping results to those of already famous creators. This is what everyone does. Not good. You can't compare yourself to Clavicular, Andrew Tate, Hormozi. You can't compare it to them. Okay, their brand image and their brand awareness, their face and their personality is proven to work in that clipping area. Okay, using clips as your primary cold acquisition strategy is so stupid. Don't do that. Okay, you have to make endless content to feed the machine. That's stage 3. A clipping agency does not create content, it distributes it. To feed 100 pages with fresh clips, you need to be producing long form content consistently. Podcasts, YouTube videos, live streams every single week without stopping. Most people at 10 to 50K a month do not have the infrastructure, the team, or the time to produce content at the volume required to make clipping work. You end up on a content treadmill that never stops and produces no buyers. What you have to do now is calculate the real-time cost of feeding a clipping operation before committing. So if doing clipping is gonna take up a lot of your time and take away time from revenue generating infrastructure and operations, then you should never do it. Only consider clipping when you have a content production system. So if you have a content team in place like Gary Vee, Alex Hormozi, then it makes sense, right? Use repurposing for warm audiences, not cold acquisition. So if you want to repurpose content, you can use it to target your warm audience, right? Build the offer and funnel first, then add content volume on top. So I'm always a big offer and funnel guy. If you do not have these two things, you should not be worrying about content or even ads at that point. You should be working on making this the sexiest thing alive. Okay, starting a clipping operation without a content production system, treating clipping as a low effort marketing strategy, it is not. It just takes a lot of work. Me and my clients, because not just my clients, I'm also, taking a percentage of their business. So that means I'm actively involved as a CMO in their business. And when we did this, such a bad strategy. And guys, I was not the one to tell my client to do clipping. They wanted to do it, so I had to create a strategy from it. And it just took away a lot of time from the team, and it wasn't worth it. Burning out from your content production capacity on clips that generate no buyers. So you're doing a 10x effort for $0. Letting content production consume time that should go to offer and funnel optimization, which is what I said about revenue, right? Stage 4, views are not sales. Every month, the clipping agency sends you a report. 847,000 impressions, 124,000 views, 4,200 profile visits. The numbers look extraordinary. Then you look at your actual revenue and nothing moved. This is the vanity metric trap. The agency is measuring what they can control, distribution and views. They cannot control whether those views convert to buyers. And most of the time they do not, because a 60-second clip cannot do what a properly written sales page and targeted Facebook ad can do. Always track revenue attributed to every marketing channel. Ask for buyer data. Build attribution tracking before spending on any tracking source. Compare every channel by cost per buyer, not cost per view. Some of these are reiterated. What you should not do, accepting views, impressions, or reach as proof of marketing success. So just because you see this, and you can, I'm telling you, if you post this on your profile, people are going to think, oh my god, his content strategy is amazing, he must make a lot of money. Guys, 99%, okay, not 99, maybe 97% of them are broke. I know them personally. They're all in Dubai. Well, they left because of everything that's happened. But yeah, so they're broke. Letting agencies report on metrics they control instead of metrics that matter. So they'll tell you, oh, we can't control the people who buy. That's your fault. That's on you. Easy for you to say. You're just taking clips and putting in 100 pages. Bitch. Spending money on channels you cannot attribute to revenue. Celebrating high view counts when your buyer count has not moved. So, stage number 5. The same budget in paid ads wins every time. Take the same $2,000, not even $2,000 you will spend on a clipping agency, put it into meta ads with a converting offer and a properly built funnel. Within 48 hours, you have real data. Cost per lead, cost per buyer, upsell take rate, AOV. You know exactly what is working and what is not. You are not guessing based on view counts. You are making decisions based on buyer behavior. And every buyer who enters your funnel becomes a potential high-ticket client, an affiliate, and a repeat customer. A view never becomes any of those things. What you should do is allocate clipping budget to paid traffic and track the difference. So whatever you're taking now that you would spend on clipping agencies, you will put it to paid advertising. Start with $20 to $50 a day. Scale what produces buyers, cut what produces only views. Let the buyer flywheel do what clipping could never do. Buyer flywheel, if you want to do that and fuel your business constantly so that you never ever chase more clients, click the link. It's in the description below. I have a link to my other YouTube video where it says buyer flywheel. Go check that out. You're going to love it. What you should not do is splitting budget between clipping and ads before testing both properly. Okay? You want to run a business like, I don't want to sound so boring, but an accountant. Numbers. You want to look at data. Okay, what actually makes me money? You don't build a business off vibes. There's a time and place for it, but that's not how I got to where I am today. Okay? Running ads to content pages instead of converting funnels, that's stupid. Treating paid ads and organic clips as equivalent traffic sources, even though this can bring you more traffic, this can give you targeted traffic, which actually brings you money. Giving up on paid ads after one test while continuing to pay for views that never convert. These are the things you should not do. Okay? Guys, I hope this has been very eye-opening. If you want to spend money on clipping agencies and you're thinking of getting a clipping agency now, I hope this has at least made you think twice. From my experience, do not do it. It is not worth it. Take that money, put it into ads, optimize your offer, and if you want me to do that for you, click the link below. You can work with me and I'll build your whole thing in under 2 weeks. If not, leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.